celebrating with us today during our National Blue Ribbon Award ceremony. Students and staff, congratulations. Of the nearly 500 high schools in Indiana, the Cascade High School was the only high school from Indiana to win the National Blue Ribbon Award in 2018. The National Blue Ribbon Award was established by the United States Department of Education over 35 years ago, and the Cascade High School is only the 33rd high school from Indiana to ever win this award, and the first high school from Hendricks County to ever win this award. You should be proud and know that your accomplishments are being celebrated not just here today, but across Indiana and across the country. We would like to extend our welcome to some special guests that are with us today, the Mill Creek Community School Board members. Our Superintendent, Mr. Jimmy Agostino. The Lieutenant Governor of Indiana, Suzanne Crouch. Cascade High School graduate and Director of Communications for Senator Todd Young, Mr. Jay Kenworthy. And Representative Jeff Thompson of the Indiana House of Representatives. Welcome and thank you. Also to our community members who have joined us today, and there are a lot of you, as well as those who have traveled from outside our school community to celebrate with us today. The National Blue Ribbon Award is the highest award bestowed upon a school. We are proud of the former students and staff, some of whom are with us today, and our current students and staff who have worked so hard to make this possible. Enjoy the celebration today. I now introduce our Master of Ceremonies for today, Mr. Rob Kendall, radio personality of WIBC.
I need to thank Mr. Acton and the entire Mill Creek School Corporation for giving me an open microphone. That is a huge risk, so thank you very much. Give yourselves a big round of applause again. This is absolutely than the Cascade High School. Before we bring our guests forward to speak today, I'd like for our administrators that are here to please stand up and keep it so I'll recognize you. On a daily basis, and I talk to them all the time, the hours and hours they put in to caring for you, caring for kids, making the Cascade High School the place it is becoming is absolutely tremendous, and we're very lucky to have them. Our first guest is going to come up and speak today, the superintendent of Mill Creek School Corporation. He's been here for 5 years now, and he's a huge reason we are doing so well out here in Mill Creek. Mr. Jim D'Agostino.
Thank you, Rob. In addition, we have Senator John Grant. Can we give him a round of applause as well? Welcome all. We are Mill Creek Community School Corporation. We are small schools, big opportunities. We are focused on academic achievement and changing lives. In celebrating and commending the entire Cascade High School community on being a National Blue Ribbon School for exemplary performance, It reminded me of team and unselfishness. Team, together everyone achieves more. And unselfishness, championships are achieved by a group of people committed to working together with no concern for who gets the credit. In an analogy with the game of football, there are three phases which are extremely important: offense, defense, and special teams. At Cascade High School, there are three phases which have been integral to this performance: academics, climate and culture, and teamwork. In achieving the National Blue Ribbon Schools Exemplary Award, our students have reached academic success through their daily efforts on classroom lessons, projects, quizzes, and tests. Our high school is a repeat winner in achieving 4-star status and an A-rated school for consecutive years. Our teaching staff and professionals provides rigorous lessons and stretches our students to reach their full potential. Our support staff provides a great learning environment. The academic phase of Cascade High School is hitting the target. The second phase is climate and culture. The FISH philosophy is embedded into the daily activities at our high school. Our students are placed in a fun, structured, and loving environment where everyone has the opportunity to excel in the classroom, on the field, and on the stage. From the music playing during passing periods on Fridays, to the fins up, to the student of the quarter programs, to the black and blue crew at our athletic events, to the free smiles. Our staff and students have fully bought in and enjoy these activities. The climate and culture is alive and well at Cascade High School. The final phase is the teamwork displayed by our administrators, teachers, support staff, parents, and of course our students. Everyone works together in the best interest of our students. Again, team. Together, everyone achieves more. The school community at Cascade High School embodies the opportunity to get better, help others get better, and enjoy doing both. Free smiles for everyone. In closing, Cascade High School has earned the National Blue Ribbon School Exemplary Award as demonstrated in our academic success, positive and fun climate and culture, and commitment to teamwork. Thanks to our students for persevering. Thanks to our parents for providing support, insistence, and high expectations. Thanks to our teaching and support staff and professionals for modeling a value of rigor and relationships. Thanks to our principal, John Acton, and our assistant principal, Brent Donovan, for creating a vision and being courageous by leading the charge for our high school community. You have expected victory, always competed, and truly won a championship. Congratulations, Cascade High School.
Before we bring our next speaker up, I'm going to go off script for just a minute. And I'm going to recognize this lady that I'm very fond of. It's not on the script, but he's a guy that gives tirelessly every single day here at the Cascade High School. Your athletic director, Scott Stevens. Scott, stand up. One of the great things about the Cascade High School, and I've felt this since I was a little kid, we used to come here and watch high school basketball. And I went to Brownsburg, so we used to come here, it seemed like every year, and watch the cadets and the Bulldogs play, was the wall of fame in this very gym. And you look back at all the great alumni that have graduated from the Cascade High School. Our next guest is one of those people. His name is Jay Kenworthy. Now, Jay has one of the most thankless jobs in the entire world. He is a communications director for a U.S. Senator. And that means he has to deal with people like me annoying him all day, every single day. Mr. Kenworthy is a 2001 graduate of the Cascade High School and then Ball State University. He told me in the back it only took him 3.5 years to graduate college. A guy that took 6 years like me, that's really impressive. While at Cascade, Mr. Kenworthy was a varsity athlete, competing in cross country, track,
Chad for Senator Todd Young. Mr. Kentworthy was the Communications Manager for the Simon Youth Foundation, Communications Director at Stanford Children, and the Communications Director for another amazing public servant, former Lieutenant Governor Becky Skillman. Mr. Kentworthy.
Thanks for being here today and inviting me to speak before you. It's an important day. You can tell because there's a lot of people wearing suits here. Mr. Du Bois is wearing a suit, which takes a lot. You know, it's a big day when he's got the suit and tie on. Thanks for dressing up for us. We really appreciate it. And thanks to the dignitaries who are here. I hope you guys realize what a treat it is to have Lieutenant Governor Crouch here. I've known a lot of elected officials in my day, and she's got a sense of enthusiasm and a belief in Hoosiers that's really infectious, so I'm excited to hear from her later today. The normal protocol is for me to read a letter from my boss, U.S. Senator Todd Young, and I have it here. I do, but I told him, I said, Senator, if you don't mind, I graduated from this school, I'd like to say a few words instead. He said, absolutely not. He's not here, so I won't tell him if you don't tell him. What I wanted to talk about a little bit is the difference between when I was here 17, 18 years ago versus it gets now. What got us to this point, what got you to this point where you're receiving national accolades such as this. And it takes a lot of different ingredients. One of those is great teachers and faculty, and you have that. And that's not the only thing though, because we had that too. When I was in school, Mr. Du Bois, I learned a lot from him as both a teacher and a coach, even though I tease him now. Mrs. Bright was one of the best teachers I had. And so many others who are here today, although they may no longer be teaching in the district, they just do a great job, so give them a round of applause. But back in the day, we weren't pulling down the national hardware like you are now with the Blue Ribbon and the 4-star schools and the A ratings. This wasn't happening, so what else? Well, it takes students who don't just show up to class and take tests and participate in sports, but they lead. And they look for opportunities to better themselves and to better their classmates. And I get the sense from talking to folks around here that you all do that now, so congratulations on that. Back in my day, we didn't have anybody run for class president because nobody wanted to plan the reunions. So I feel like we've made strides in that area since then. And finally, parents who are investing in the students here, spending time getting to know the teachers, getting to know what happens here at Cascade, and just buying into them. But I think the biggest thing that shifted since my day is just this attitude. Back when I was here, I think we had this inferiority complex. Like maybe we weren't quite as good as some of the other schools. I had an 8th grade teacher, it's a true story, on our first day of 8th grade. He had us raise our hands if we wanted to go to college. Most of us did, and then he said, well, most of you aren't going to go. And we kind of looked around and we thought, okay, maybe he's right. And so when we got a little bit older and we ran into people like Rob from Brownsburg or Avon or Plainfield, who said, you're just a bunch of country boys, maybe we talked a good game to their face, but then maybe we go back in our car and put on a Smash Mouth CD, because that's what we listened to in the 90s, and think maybe they're right. Maybe this school isn't as good. But I can sense that attitude is shifting. There's a new energy here. There's a new motivation from the leadership, and I think that there's just a feeling that any young man or woman who graduates from this tiny school next to the highway can compete just as much as anybody else from any other school in any part of this state. In our line of work, Lieutenant Governor, we don't meet a lot of people from Cascade. It's usually people from like Rebuff. If you've got 32 teeth and a diploma that says Rebuff on it, you can get a job in politics. But that school is not that much bigger than Cascade. They've got nothing to offer that this school doesn't. And so I think the tide is really starting to turn, and we're going to see more and more leaders rising up out of this school and just kind of taking Indiana by storm and sacrificing what we can really do. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Senator Young says congratulations. He wishes you well, and congratulations on such an achievement. Thanks.
education. And that's one of the things oftentimes we don't have enough of in our government is people making decisions who live the life. Jeff Thompson is your state representative, District 28. He's a graduate of Purdue, and most importantly, a very talented and gifted former math and science teacher at Danville. Representative Thompson serves the residents of Hendricks and Boone counties. He represents the Education Committee, as well as the K-12 Subcommittee, Chairman of Ways and Means. That's really important because they control the money. Representative Thompson also serves on the Board of Directors